All right, so we are going to do a practice today that is called Free the Body. Yay! It's in celebration of the independence of our beautiful country. So free the body. So it's going to be a full body flexibility class. And so come on into a comfortable pose or comfortable seating position. So what you'll need today, if you have it, is a block. Do you have a block?
No, I don't have a block.
Okay, then let's not use any blocks today because evidently people don't have it. Do you have a yoga strap?
Yes, I do have straps.
Okay. And Amy, do you have a yoga strap?
I don't.
Okay. All right. Well, so we won't use a yoga strap. So welcome to this beautiful Free the Body, celebrating the wonderfulness of every muscle being free. So what we're going to do is start with a check-in with how we are right now. So go ahead and close your eyes, bring your hands over your heart, and we're going to start with an Om. So inhale. Om. And with your eyes closed, check in with how you're feeling. The yoga mat is a science experiment. It's a laboratory. And whenever you do a science experiment, you have to set a baseline that you'll then check again at the end of the experiment. So let's see, how do we feel right now? Maybe you can wiggle around a little bit. Just see how tight you are. Do you have anything that hurts? Anything that feels stuck? Make a note of that mentally, and we're going to check in at the end of class. Let's also set an intention for a practice today. How do you want to feel at the end of practice? All right, we're going to do a full body movement practice. So let's start with the hands. Reach out our hands and open and close the palms. So we're breathing in and out through the nose, squeezing and opening, making little fists. Now it's open, and now flip the hands over like this. So we're really opening the wrists. The wrists get tight when we're working on our computer a lot. So this is a nice little way to open the palm. And then let's do little karate chops. So we're just moving our wrist. Our fingers are straight. So our fingers are straight and we're just moving in and out, in and out. So this is just the wrists that are moving right now. The elbows are straight. And then let's do little waves. So again, we're just moving the wrists, little waves. Say goodbye to tight muscles. Goodbye, tight muscles. All right, and then shake it out, shake it out. All right, so our hands are now warmed up. We're gonna now move to the neck. So let's set a baseline. We're going to keep our shoulders straight. We're gonna gently look over the left shoulder, keeping the shoulders straight. Look without cranking the neck. How far can you see? Moving with your eyes as far back. And then let's check the other side, moving slowly. The neck is very delicate. Moving slowly, looking over the back of our neck, or back on the right side. So note what you can see, and we're gonna come back and check that. Okay, so we're gonna take the right hand to the right cheek. We're gonna look over the left shoulder, and we're gonna turn slowly to the right. So we're pressing our hand, resisting the face as we turn our head. Now we're gonna bring the left hand up and turn slowly towards the left. We're pushing slowly. Okay, we're resisting the face. So the right hand is now on the cheek and we're turning towards the right. Slowly pushing towards, so full range of motion. Bring your cheek completely to the right shoulder and then bring the left hand up and then slowly push full range of motion all the way to the left shoulder. And then right hand, and push and turn slowly. So we're really resisting building the muscles of our neck. So if we're moving quickly, it means we're not actually resisting and we're not really making our neck muscles work hard. Okay, great. Let's now take our right hand right above the right ear. So we're putting the right hand next to the right ear, and we're gonna press into the hand, bringing that right ear towards the right shoulder. And we're gonna keep our nose forward. So looking forward with your nose, and then take the left arm out and touch the ground. And we're breathing, we're pushing pretty hard. So Amy, you wanna make sure that your ear's coming towards the shoulder. Yeah, you're going like this, Amy. So you wanna be pushing your head into your hand. There you go. And breathing. So what muscles are being activated right now? All right, let's let it go. Take the right hand down to the ground and then bring the left hand up above the ear, and we're gonna push the ear towards the left shoulder. So the left ear is trying to get to the left shoulder. The right hand is touching the ground and our nose is straight forward. Pushing into the hand and the head into the hand. So we're really leaning over to the left right now, really pushing and breathing. And then slowly coming up, we're gonna now interlace our fingers, put them behind the head, and push the head into the hands and the hands into the head. Let me show you what it looks like from the side. So it looks like this. I'm pushing my head into my hands and my hands into the head. And now note, where on your body do you feel this movement? What is being strengthened? What muscles are working hard? So what we're doing is we're building the muscle density in our cervical spine, which is going to help us to fight against osteoporosis. We're going to now take the hands out from behind the head. We're going to take the hands to the forehead, and we're going to press our hands into the forehead and our head into the hand, so resisting equally. So the head is staying still, and inhaling and exhaling through the nose. And one more deep breath. And slowly come out of it. It's actually a very big stretch. So next we're going to open up our shoulders before we check our baseline again. So I'm going to come up close so you can see. So what it looks like is we're going to raise our shoulders for the count of 5. At the top, we're going to squeeze them, and then we're going to lower them for the count of 5. So up for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. 2, 3, 4, 5. Lower for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is isometric. Up for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. 2, 3, 4, 5. Smile. Down for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. 2, 3, 4, 5. And down. 2, 3, 4, 5. So the slower we move, the more intense it is and the more muscle we're building. All right, let's check our baseline. So keeping the shoulders straight, look over the left shoulder and see how far you can see without cranking the neck. Just look gently. Can you see farther? Are the objects behind you more clear? All right, note that, and now look the other side. Without moving the shoulders. Don't cheat. Look, see if the object's behind you. Unfortunately, I have a blank wall, but you guys have things behind you. All right. So anyone want to share? Did you get to see more things behind you? Remember not to crank the neck. All right, great. So we have opened the wrists and the neck and the shoulders. We're going to now continue with the middle, the thoracic. We're going to take our arms and make them into eagle arms. Okay? So eagle arms, so right now my right arm is on top. So I'm going to come up close so you can see. And what I'm doing is I'm taking the right elbow to the left, inside of the left elbow, right? And then I'm pushing the forearms together. So that's a really good stretch right there. If you can bring the palms to touch. So bringing the right arm, I think it's the right arm, yeah. It gets confusing. So wherever you come, the forearms are pressing and you're lifting the elbows up. So you should feel a nice opening in the thoracic. So in between the shoulder blades, you can see my shoulder blades are really getting open and I'm breathing in and out. And you're using the breath to open up the shoulder blades even more. So one more deep breath. And then release, shake it out. Shake it out, oh my goodness. And then we're going to take the left arm, take the elbow and bring it to touch the right elbow on the inside. Okay? And then we press the forearms together. And if you can bring the palms to touch. It's maybe just a thought today. But anyways, what we're doing is we're really pressing the forearms together and now we're gonna breathe into between the shoulder blades, opening and releasing the shoulder blades. And 5 deep breaths. And exhale. Whew. All right. Wonderful. Okay, we're going to continue. So shoulder blades are now, let's move to our hips. So we're going to come and lay down. So you can lay down. I like to use a little pillow underneath my head. That's optional. I'm going to just adjust here so you can see better. All right, so what you really want to do here is make sure that your hips are as wide as your mat, and you want to make sure you're keeping your lumbar spine. A little curve in your lumbar spine is always important whenever you come down. So check, put your fingers underneath your lumbar spine. You guys don't have to look at me. I'll talk you through everything. So just feel.
Excuse me, I think Jessie, you didn't open the camera lid. Sorry.
I told her that also.
Yeah, I can't. It's on, but it's off. On, but I don't show up.
So we're laying down, we're bringing our feet as wide as our mat, and we're gonna start rocking the knees. So we're gonna inhale the knees an inch to the right, and then exhale an inch to the left. So what we're doing is really opening up the sacral, the glutes, exhaling to the left, inhaling to the right. Now let's bring it 2 inches. And our feet are wide. So our feet are as wide as our mat. Inhaling to the right, exhaling to the left. And now 3 inches in each direction. 4 inches. So our knees are getting closer and closer to the ground. And now our knees should actually touch the ground on each side. And so this is a dynamic opening of our hips, our lower back. And what we're going to do now is when we come over to the right side, we're going to push into the ground, inhaling our hip up. Exhale, let it go. Bring the knees all the way to the other side and inhale, pushing into the right foot, lifting the right hip up. So we're just basically going back and forth on each hip, pushing up. Doing a dynamic twist. So inhaling the hip up, exhale, let it go. Switch to the other side, inhale the hip up, just an inch off the ground. And then let's let our knees fall over to the right, extend the arms, and look over the left shoulder. And breathe. And on your next inhale, bring the knees over to the left and drop them. Stretch out the arms and look over the right shoulder. So we're getting now a static twist. So we first did some dynamic warm up. And now we're doing a static twist. All right, great. So while we're here, we're going to open up our spine. So grab your knees, bring them in, and then roll back and forth. So your arms are wrapped around the shins. And rock back and forth, massaging out your back. And then if you have anything behind your head, go ahead and move it, and let's roll it in front of us and behind. So inhaling forward, exhaling back. Now we're bringing a lot of energy to the whole length of the spine. And then let's roll up to sit. And watch me for a moment. I'm going to set up our next pose. So we're going to come into a squat. So remember the options for your squat. If your heels are coming up off the ground in a squat, so if the heels are coming up, you need to put something behind you, like a pillow or a blanket or something. You want to have something under your heels. If you can put your heels on the ground, that's perfect. If your squat is like this because your knees are too sore or tight, this is also fine. So wherever your squat is, go ahead and get into that. And we're going to do 10 squats. So watch me before we do it. So wherever we are, put our hands on the ground and inhale, our tailbone straight up and our head straight down. So inhale. So that was just a demonstration. Let's do 10 together. Ready? And the squat down. Inhale up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, almost there, and 10. And then let your head hang, bend the knees, grab the elbows, and let's rock back and forth, swinging back and forth. Opening our hamstrings slowly, knees are bent. So we're going to do a dynamic twist here, a twisting forward fold. So what we're going to do is take our right hand to the left foot, inhale the left arm up and look at the arm, the hand, inhaling, and then exhale down, lift the right hand up and look at it. Exhale down. Moving with your own breath. Let's do one more on each side. And now bring your hands to wherever you can. If you can bring them to your shins, that's fine. Straighten the legs as much as you can. You want to go to 30 or 40% of maximum. And let's do a static hamstring opener. So we're going to be here for a minute. So go ahead and just come to wherever feels 30 to 40% of what you could possibly do. And you can let your forehead come down and just hang. So this is where blocks really help. I highly recommend everyone just go on Amazon or go to Target, buy 2 yoga blocks, because you can put the blocks under your hands and it brings the floor closer to you. It's just really, really nice to have yoga blocks. As although engineering books are also really great. So you might notice that your hamstrings are opening and maybe you can straighten your legs a little more, but remember to be gentle with the hamstrings. They don't like to be forced. All right, we're gonna do our chaturanga, aka push-up practice. So again, what we need is some pillows. If you have pillows, you can grab them. We're gonna put them underneath our chest and we're gonna bring our hands on each side of the pillows. Now, if your chaturanga is great and you don't need to have pillows, you don't need pillows. But if you know your chaturanga, which is also called push-up, is weak, you want to make yourself a little pile of things. So what we're doing is we're going to bring our knees to the floor, or the knees can be straight, either way. We're going to bring our hands right next to the pillows or blocks or whatever we have. We're going to rotate the elbows so that the line of the elbow is pointing forward. And then we're just going to come down to the place where it feels safe and then push back up. And I want the elbows to be rubbing the ribs. The elbows need to rub the ribs. Whether your legs are straight, you don't have any props, I don't care. The elbows need to shred the ribs, okay? So only come down to where it's safe. And you're bending the elbows, lowering the body, and then pushing back up. Everyone do 5, all right? Wherever you are. I want 5 of them. Strong, good alignment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You guys didn't know you were going to boot camp today, did you? Did everyone do 5, or are you guys still doing 5?
I did 5.
All right, good.
4.
All right, so something is not good, Flora. What you need to be doing is lowering your body into, you're basically going like this. What you want to be doing is bringing your body between the elbows. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. And then also what I'm seeing is you're collapsing when you're coming back up. So you want to come up strongly. Your entire body should be completely straight on the way up. You're kind of like going like this. So you want to be coming down and then going all the way up. It's okay. We're going to keep working on it. Don't worry. Lots more practice to come. All right. Whew. Is anyone else sweating? All right, we're going to do now a side plank flow. So we're going to come into a kneeling pose facing the lengthwise of our mat. We're going to take our right foot out. You guys can watch me for a second. I'm going to inhale my arm up and then exhale it open, coming into a side plank. Okay? So my arm is coming all the way down. That's the exhale. I'm getting a nice long stretch in the side body. And then I'm inhale up and then exhale down. So inhaling and now exhaling through the nose. All right, one more and then we're gonna pop. We're gonna stay in the side plank. Now there's options for the side plank. If you want to, you can bring the bottom leg down and then bring your feet together and stack your feet, making a strong line between your arms. This is a strengthener of your whole side body. Things I don't want to see, popping the hip down. I want your hip to be in the sky. You can also just keep that leg down, which is perfectly fine. It's also strengthening the side body. All right, so we're breathing here and we're balancing and strengthening our whole side body. All right, let's come into regular plank and then bring our knees down and then do the other side. So coming back to center. Whew. All right. So I'm coming back to center, bring the left leg out, inhaling open, and then exhaling into side plank, modified. I like to call this yoga multitasking because we're working on a lot of things right now. Inhaling open, exhaling closed. We're working on cartwheel practice. Doesn't it feel a little like we're doing cartwheels like we did when we were kids? It's a great opener for the side body, for the ribs. It's strengthening our arms and our legs. Let's do one more. And then let's pop into our side plank variation. It's perfectly fine to stay right here and just hold this. It's also perfectly fine if you want to. You can pop that bottom leg straight so both of your feet are stacked. And I want to see that hip in the sky. Try to keep your head aligned with your spine. Don't let it like hang. Keep your head aligned and not hanging down. If this is too easy for you, you can lift the leg. Yoga tricks. And we're breathing. All right, and we're rolling over into a plank, and let's hold our plank. Let's see how long we can hold a plank. Amy, what do you say, huh? So a plank is like a plank, like a 2x4. So there's a straight line between our head and our heels. So when you look at a 2x4, you guys are all engineers, you don't want a 2x4 that looks like this, right? And you don't want a 2x4 that looks like that. You want a straight 2x4, otherwise you're going to send it back to be remilled. So I want straight, strong planks. And then let's lower the knees. Oh my goodness. Wow. All right, everyone's sweating. Let me double check. Good. That's what I want. All right, we're going to come to stand. Whew. And again, let me adjust everything over here. Whew, whew. We gotta work hard after all that partying we did on the 4th of July, right? All right, we're gonna work on our balance. So we're gonna come to Tadasana. Our knees are slightly bent. We're going to bring our weight onto our left foot. And we're going to bring our right foot and touch right next to the ankle. So there's many different options. We're going to inhale the arms up and breathe. Now, if you want to make this harder, you can close your eyes. Option 2 is bringing it to the calf. So the calf right beneath the knee. Whatever you do, do not put your heel on the knee. The knee is a joint that should not be bent in the wrong direction. Then the third option is you bring your foot all the way to the inside of your inner thigh, and you push the foot against the thigh and the thigh against the foot. The whole time our arms are up, we're breathing through in and out through the nose. And again, if this is just too easy for you, you're just like, wow, how bored am I? I want you to try closing your eyes. I guarantee you it's going to be really, really, really difficult. So right now we're working on our foot strength. So bring your mind to your foot and pay attention, all the muscles. And then pay attention to your ankles. Your ankles are getting strengthened right now. All the stabilizing muscles in the ankle is strengthening. Next, your calf is getting stronger. Bring your attention to your calf. In and out through the nose. Now bring your attention to your inner thigh. Now your core is strong. Your entire core is just being a powerful system because it's holding your whole body together and up. Now your arms, your shoulders and arms are working so hard. All right, everyone fly out, gently fly out of your tree. Shake it out, shake it out. All right, we're gonna go to the other side. So remember your 3 options and feel free to do any of them. They're all valid. So first of all, you can bring your foot right next to the ankle. You can bring it up to next to the calf, or you can bring it all the way up to the inner thigh. Wherever you are, your arms are open. The standing knee is bent just a tiny little bit so you're not overextending. And then you can close your eyes. Whatever you're doing, you're breathing in and out through the nose. And you're smiling gently. And now let's do a body scan. So bring your attention to your foot. Your foot is working very hard. Strong, thick, muscly feet. They don't have any magazines about muscle feet, but you know what? Muscly feet is important for us to move, to be free. Strong feet. Next is our ankles. Strong, thick, muscly ankles. We want strong ankles so we can move and be free. Next is our calf. Our calf is working very, very hard right now. All those muscle tissues are getting thicker and stronger. And by the way, wobbling is perfectly valid because you're actually working even harder. Next is our thigh. Our inner thigh is very strong. It's pushing against the foot and the foot is pushing against the inner thigh. Next, our core. Our core is working out so hard. Our spine, all the muscles of the back, the lats, the abs. Then our arms are strong. And now let's fly, little birds. Fly, fly, fly out of the beautiful tree. Whew. All right, that was really fantastic. So let's see. We will do another standing pose. So we're going to do a warrior 2. So warrior 2, we're going to actually, I want you guys to do this. Hop out, because hopping is actually really good for our bone density. So make sure that your feet are, can you guys even see my feet? I feel like you can't even see my feet. So let me fix that. Okay, so what do you guys want you to do is you put your feet, I know, I need to move back. Okay, there we go. So what you guys want to do is put your feet as wide as your hands, okay? So your feet are underneath your hands. Then we're going to take the right toes, make sure they're pointed straight out, pop the heel on the left foot out, inhale the arms up, and then bend the right knee to a 90-degree angle. I hope everyone brought their protractors. I want you guys to measure this angle. Now look at your foot. Make sure that your knee is not going over the toes, okay? The knee should be right over the ankle. Now look over your front arm, your right arm, and breathe. And now squeeze your inner thighs together and push your feet into the ground. So this is a counter movement. Your feet are pushing wide, but your inner thighs are squeezing together. Let's try to figure that one out. It'll break your brain. All right, we're going to first straighten the leg. We're going to pop the foot, drop the arms, turn the left foot so the toes are parallel with the front of our mat. Make sure your heel is nice at a good angle. So it's like, it's not parallel. Okay, that would be parallel, and it's not. All right, so we're inhaling the arms up, and then we bend that front knee. Make sure that the angle is correct, 90-degree angle. And make sure also it's not falling inwards. You want to keep it right over the ankle. Make sure you're not going over your toes. Inhaling up. Look over your front arm, which is your left arm now. And we're breathing in and out through the nose. Now we're squeezing the inner thighs together and pressing our feet apart into the mat. Squeezing and pressing all at the same time. And if you're shaking, then you're doing it right. All right, let's inhale up. Turn our feet parallel, and let's do a forward fold. So wide forward fold is our feet are still as wide as our hands. We come down and we walk our hands out, and you can bend the knees a little bit if your hamstrings are tight. And then you can let your head hang. So your arms are out, but your head's hanging, and you should feel a nice opening in the underarms, in the arms, the back. So you can bend your knees and straighten them a little bit. See which place feels good to you. All right, one more deep breath, and then let's walk our hand to the front of our mat and come into down dog. So in a down dog, what we want to really make sure is that we have all of our alignments correct. So the first thing to check is that we are not having our elbows in the wrong position. We want to rotate the elbows so that the line of our elbows is at the front. We want to drop our head and have a straight line between our tailbone and our hands. You can bend the knees and lift the tailbone up, and then slowly straighten the legs. So inhaling and exhaling here in our down dog. Pressing into all the finger pads evenly. You can press the heels towards the ground. And now let's roll over into a plank. And you can drop the knees or come all the way down, practicing your chaturanga again. Again, if you know your chaturanga is not good, drop the knees and then slowly come down. Slowly, slowly. And then let's bring our forearms to the ground. Come up into a little cobra. So we're going to press the toenails into the ground and our pubic bone into the ground. And then we're going to open through the collarbones, looking up, inhaling, And exhaling, engage the lower belly, but loosen the back. You don't want to be tightening the glutes. So this is actually a really, really big stretch. Okay, we're gonna push back into child's pose and just rest. Just rest for a moment. We've done a lot of hard work today. All right, push up, and we'll do a seated twist. So this seated twist is going to be basically starting off in staff pose. So staff pose is when we bring our feet directly in front of us, and then we're going to bring both the feet over to the left side, and the right foot is ankle is going to go into the arch of the left foot. So it's kind of like a mermaid, I guess. And then we're going to turn towards our feet. So our left hand is going to go as far back behind us, and our right hand is going to come and maybe touch our feet wherever we can come, and we're going to look over the left, the left shoulder, and we're breathing. So on each inhale, I want you to deepen the stretch, and then the exhale, you can loosen it up a little bit. Inhale, deepen. Exhale, loosen a little bit. Inhale, deepen. Exhale, loosen. Inhale, deepen. Exhale, loosen. And this is the 5th breath here. And what I want you to do is really do the deepest and the biggest breath of the day. And then exhale, come to front, and let's switch sides. So we're going to let the legs come out. You can shake them out a little bit. And then we're going to bring the feet over to the right side of the body. So the top ankle is going to go into the little arch. And then we're going to turn towards the feet. The right hand is going to go beyond the feet, and the left hand will come over, maybe touch the ankle or the side of the leg. And we're going to look over the right shoulder. We're going to press into the ground with the right hand, and then inhale, deepen. Exhale, loosen. Inhale, deepen. Exhale, loosen. Inhale, deepen. Exhale, loosen. Inhale, deepen. And then this is the last one. So exhale, and then inhale the deepest breath yet, and make your twist deeper than it has been so far. And let go. Untwine. Come to bring your legs out. Let's see. All right. So we're going to go ahead and do a happy baby. If you have any other poses that you really want to do today, go ahead and do those. So coming into happy baby, whenever we lay on our back, remember to double check our lumbar. Make sure that we have a little space. Then bring our feet up, trying to maintain that little lumbar, and we can roll out the back. So we did a full body today. We worked on our foot with the balance pose and our tree. Our ankles got worked really hard. Our calves, our thighs, the inner thighs, and our warrior two. Our arms worked hard in tree pose and in chaturanga. Our core got worked, shoulders, our neck. It's a full body. Freedom, freedom, ladies, freedom. All right, do any other stretches that you want, and we're going to lay down in our Shavasana. So I brought a poem for you today, so you lay down and relax, and let me read to you a poem. So today's poem is by Emily Dickinson. Emily Dickinson, classic American poet. So let's do 3 physiological sighs. So inhaling. On each inhale, feel light, and on the exhale, melt into the ground. Inhaling. Out through the mouth. Really sink into the ground. All right, I'm going to read for you. I felt a cleaving in my mind, as if my brain had split. I tried to match it seam by seam, but could not make them fit. The thought behind me I strove to join unto the thought before. But sequence raveled out of sound, like balls upon a floor. I'm going to read it one more time. I felt a cleaving in my mind, as if my brain had split. I tried to match it seam by seam, but I could not make them fit. The thought behind me I strove to join unto the thought before. But sequence raveled out of sound, like balls upon a floor. So when we bring our mind to the muscle and we work really hard like we did today, we strengthen and stretch, release, and that makes us free. When we have the strength to be resilient and steady, no matter what waves the world throws at us, we will be free and strong. Resiliency is what the goal is. Not perfection, not trying to remove all the obstacles. There's always going to be problems. But how strong and resilient and flexible can we be? Let's slowly start deepening our breath. Wiggling fingers and toes. We're going to do 3 more physiological sighs. So really rest here. So inhale to in twice. And then out through the mouth. One more. And slowly push yourself up to sit. And remember, this is a laboratory. So once you're comfortably up, close your eyes, bring your hands together, and let's check on our state. So we did a lot of work today in the laboratory of the yoga mat. How has your state changed? And let's review our intention. And then let's close with an Om. Inhale. Om. May the benefits of this practice benefit you and everyone you come in contact with. Namaste.